Good evening, collectible connoisseur. I wanted to make another video. Tonight I want to address how I store my cards. And also, as always, my favorite part of the videos is showing off a few cards. Normally I'll give a little bit of a patter about some of the players or some oddball facts or reasons why I find the card or the player fascinating. I'm going to keep that to a minimum tonight because I want to stay on point and really talk about how I store my cards, and then, want to, develop or give some rationale on why I buy at least the type of card that is represented here. So here, this is it. This is a Sterilite, plastic box. I have a number of these, and, I can stack these four, two layers of two, and I have a couple of filing cabinets in my basement, and each box is going to hold, I don't know, depending on exactly what type of card is in the box, it's going to hold a couple dozen cards, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 50 cards. And I do it this way. Number one, there are a lot of good storage cases where your cards are ultra protected. It's airtight, it's watertight, it's, impossible to break into. But it's also, I like sorting through my cards, and it just seems like it's impossible to get everything put away properly every time. With this, I can, go to, a section of my collection, if you will, find the card that I want to talk about, look at, read up on, etc. Or if I've got a new acquisition, I can slot it into the correct box pretty easily, just by pulling out a couple of dozen at a time in these boxes. Of course, all my cards are either, if they're not encapsulated by a grading company, they're in magnetic one-touches, and either the one-touches or the slab. I like to use superior fit sleeves to cover those, and I don't rattle these boxes around a whole lot, so the cards aren't sliding all over the place and banging around. So I feel like they're pretty well protected. Number one, the filing cabinet, for purposes of theft, I can lock that, and then number two, the plastic box kind of divides things up into bite-sized pieces for me. Now, in this box, I'm just going to start flipping through these, number one, so you guys don't get bored, but number two, to talk about this kind of aspect of my collection. This is a 1979 Topps Reds team card signed by the manager, Sparky Anderson. These cards are all autographed Cincinnati Reds cards. That's kind of one of the themes of my collection, 1978 Sparky Anderson. And I go for certified autographs. There are a lot of opportunities to buy autograph cards online. Here's a 1985 Topps father-son card, signed both by Gus Bell in Cincinnati Reds gear and Buddy Bell, who was later in his career, actually the next year after this card was issued, he was a Cincinnati Red, but here he's in Texas Ranger garb. But both Gus and Buddy played for the Reds. Buddy Bell's actually an executive with the Reds now. I said I wasn't going to talk about the players so much. So I go for certified autographs, either manufacturer issued. Here's Brett Boone, Studio. What year is that? 1995 Studio. Or certified by a reputable third party. These are all Beckett. I also will go in for PSA DNA, SGC. And, if I really want to acquire that player, a JSA certified card. JSA is reputable enough to kind of meet my needs. This is a 1973 Pedro Borbon. Lost my train of thought in saying this is 2003 all-time fan favorites, Davey Concepcion. But I don't like to buy autographs where the seller, issues their own certificate of authenticity or gives you some sort of money back guarantee that their autograph is guaranteed to pass third party authentication. If that was so stone cold clad guaranteed, why don't you just go get it authenticated? And I'm also not in the business, or I don't pursue acquiring autographs myself and getting those authenticated, although that's a good avenue to go. And I don't mean to demean the folks that sell their cards with their own certificate of authenticity. I'm sure that 99% of them are honest, but I'd rather just get the authenticated card. Certified authentic autographed card. 1940 play ball Harry Kraft. Harry Kraft was the first ever manager of the Houston Astros organization when they were the Colt 45s. 1978 Dan Dreesen. So I'm just going to go through and flip through. These are my Beckett authenticated cards. I don't know why this one isn't really even truly authenticated. This is a manufacturer issued autograph, Adam Dunn, 2004 playoff prime cuts. It's not sitting straight in this slab, and I'm not sure why someone chose to get this encapsulated, or why I even chose to purchase it. It's numbered out of 25, but Adam Dunn autograph. Here's an interesting one saying, kind of the same deal. This is 1976 SSPC Doug Flynn, and it's noted here that this is from, let me see if I can't focus in on that, the Dr. James Beckett autograph collection. Again, there's no, I don't believe that Beckett has certified this. There's no serial number or anything saying that they've authenticated the autograph. Of course, Dr. James Beckett is the namesake for the Beckett Company. He founded it. It started it with Pricing Guide magazine, developed it into web services. Beckett has their hands in a number of things, including autograph authentication. This came from his collection, and I'm going to trust that it's authentic, that Dr. Beckett wouldn't turn around and have encapsulated and emblazoned with his own name something that was a fake autograph. But here you have an example where I just broke the cardinal rule of what I said. This is a non-authenticated card, but still, I really go for. Here's a it's just listed as generic trading card. This is Lonnie Fry. Let's see what this is. I think this is a replica. Yeah, this was produced in 1983. You can see the copyright down there, of a 1942 play ball card. Lonnie Fry is a member of the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame. 2017 Bowman. It's a first Bowman card, TJ Friedel. In this case, this card is not only authenticated, but graded. This is a Gem Mint 9.5 quality card with a 10 grade for the autograph. Next little stack here, roar through here. 1996 Metal Universe Ron Gant. I kind of mentioned earlier that I like my autographs to be of players in Reds uniforms. Technically speaking, for this card, yeah, there you can see it there down on the nameplate. Ron Gant, though pictured in a Cincinnati Reds uniform, is a member of the St. Louis Cardinals. Again, a compromise and concession on my part. Here's something. This is a Beckett authentic. This was an issue of 2017 Historic Autograph Scripts. This was, I think Beckett actually either manufactured these cards, or where did these come from? Yeah, these are manufactured by Beckett, and they were in a product called Historic Autographs, or Historic Autographs arranged to have it manufactured, and they worked with Beckett to authenticate them. But 2017 scripts, Wayne Granger, he was one of the rubber-armed pitchers that Sparky Anderson relied on for the Big Red Machine. Here's a 2016 Flair Showcase. Again, kind of like that Adam Dunn earlier, this card is authenticated by, it says like congratulations, Fleer, the manufacturer of the card. This is just merely encapsulated for the card's protection. Ken Griffey Jr., the Kid. Here's another one of the Kid, Ken Griffey Jr.'s 2005 Ken Griffey Jr. And that's something I wanted to touch on is, as far as my autographs, guys like Ken Griffey Jr., I'll tell you the truth. I probably have a dozen Ken Griffey Jr. autograph cards. They're not hard to come by. He's obviously one of the greatest players ever. He signs a lot. I truly, truly, truly enjoy more getting the more obscure guys. This is just listed as a photograph of Larry Kopf. And on the back, this was probably, someone wrote to Mr. Kopf and asked for his autograph, and this is what he sent them. And he gives to Don Dickley by Larry Kopf, picture taken when with the Philadelphia A's in 1914, American League champs, utility man on the $100,000, I believe it was $100,000 infield. So kind of cool. He's also a member of the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame, despite his time with the Philadelphia A's. Here's Barry Larkin, 1996 SP. Obviously, most of these are aftermarket autographs. 1990 Star, Barry Larkin. Star wasn't issuing autograph cards, so this is actually something that someone either sent to or showed up, at a game or an event where Barry Larkin, was able to sign, got him to sign it, and then they sent it to Beckett to get authenticated. 1978 Grand Slam, Red Lucas, another Cincinnati Reds Hall of Famer. This, honestly, one of my favorite cards. I just think this is a beautiful arrangement of baseball card, kind of my childhood memories of Little Joe getting out of the box, 1979 Topps Joe Morgan. And, just a great signature on that card, written in the perfect place and on the card. This is honestly one of my favorites. 2000 Topps American Pie, Don Newcomb. I like that card as well. Here's another one of those 2017 historic autographs. Ron Oster. Ron Oster is a kind of a Cincinnati kid. He grew up. He went to Withrow High School. I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do this. For whatever reason, not for whatever reason, Ron Oster was a very good player for a very long time. I think he had a 12, 13, 14-year Major League career, all with the Cincinnati Reds. He's in the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame, was on the 1990 World Series team. But, I don't believe he was ever an all-star. He never led the league in any offensive category. He was just a solid ball player. And there's not a lot of call for, getting autographed items of his authenticated. So hard to come by. Ron Oster authenticated autograph, but we got one there. A 1984 Topps Traded Dave Parker autograph card. Last little stack. Thanks for bearing with me so far. Here's another SSPC 1976 Bill Plummer. Again, this kind of goes along my lines of there'll be a lot of Dave Parker autograph cards out there. The Cobra was one of the best, should be in the Hall of Fame. Bill Plummer, not one of the best. Had a career where he hung around maybe 5, 6, 7 years as a perennial backup catcher, and probably, has a lifetime batting average close to 200. But smart guy, one of those role players that every team needs, and I'm pleased to have an autograph card of his that came out of the Dr. James Beckett autograph collection. Here's another one where the autograph is not only authenticated, actually the autograph is part of this card, manufacturer autograph on a 2017 Bowman Chrome Prospects. But the card is graded 9.5 gem mint with the autograph graded a 10. Justin Reed. He's I'm sorry, I might have said 2017. It's 2007. He's one of those prospects that never was more than a prospect, but got his autograph. 1982 Donruss, Tom Seaver, Tom Terrific. You know, I was at the baseball game in Cincinnati with my dad, where he pitched his 3,000th strikeout. Recorded his 3,000th strikeout. 1978 Grand Slam, Bucky Walters, member of the Cincinnati Reds Baseball Hall of Fame, last one. Thank you for hanging in and waiting to see the 1999 Topps Dmitri Young autograph card. Dmitri himself was a card collector of some note, at least in kind of the card collecting community. He moved big for a while. Thank you for hanging in while I pattered on about how I store cards, why I buy certified autograph cards, and showed them off. You have a great evening.